Hi everyone, thank you for joining us for today's episode of Where's My Blanket podcast. And this is our second episode.
Correct. And just want to say a big thank you to everybody for supporting us through the first episode. Lots of great feedback, lots of great support. And I don't know, personally, I had a lot of fun doing it. But how was it for you and dealing with my pickiness? And
No, it was fun. I mean, that's for first episode and first time doing a podcast even. I think it was, a lot of fun and we did a good job.
I wasn't too picky. I'm surprised you're saying that. Usually I'm like nagging all the time, so...
I'm picky too, sometimes.
Sure, I don't know. But I don't know. Even after this first episode and as we're getting ready for the second one, I feel like I'm already starting to get into like a routine, which is throughout the work week, I write jokes for the podcast, and it's sort of like my escape from reality. You know how some people, they do like cocaine or they do like alcohol or like they drink alcohol to like escape from reality. This is me. This podcast and planning for it has been my escape. It's Monday to Thursday when work was being a little dumb and stupid. I would just be like, okay, just gonna tune out and write jokes, and I don't know, it's been good for me.
So you're an artist now.
Yeah, I'm an artist. I'm a creator now, apparently,
Wow.
with only 25 views in first episode.
I
but
consider
no,
that a win.
yeah, it's been a bit, but it's been very therapeutic though, to say the least. So I've actually quite
Great.
enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
And just a funny story, I guess. So similar to our relationship, the first episode, I did all the video editing, like all of it, and he did nothing. So
That's obviously a big lie. I'm the one with experience in editing.
sure, but you didn't do it. You didn't do any.
Well, you didn't let me do
Okay,
it
sure.
because
Okay.
you wanted to do it yourself. I did the thumbnail.
Yeah. Okay. Well, speaking of thumbnails, I was gonna show you something because I was doing some research on thumbnails, and I'm just gonna show you something really quickly. And so usually your thumbnails are like this. So like you're smiling and you're engaging, right? And usually you send me about like 4 or 5 different pictures, and you're like, oh, which one's best, right? And then I give you my feedback and opinion based on what I think will get like a lot of views or like what is most welcoming, right?
Sure.
Your most recent Dave's Airplane Corner thumbnails have been these.
Well, that's the only one that I've made. Yeah.
This is the same face you make when you're when I fart. Like when I
No.
fart, you make this face. Yeah.
No.
And so that's why I was like, that's why when I saw these, I was like,
Okay,
why didn't you get my opinion? Like,
Technically, that's not a thumbnail. I just have like freezing a frame and then I add words onto it.
sure, but I was doing research for this podcast. I'm like, what's a good thumbnail? And then I saw that, and I was like, next
I know
time-
what a good thumbnail
I
should
think
look like.
I think you should get my opinion next time,
Or
but that's okay.
Wait until you see this thumbnail. Okay.
Just one thing though for you guys as the viewers. So just something that I want to let you guys know is that you may see some discrepancies and some inconsistencies, I guess, in the first couple 5-ish episodes, and that's just more of us trying to get our style and our footing. And just think of it kind of like
Yeah, we're experimenting.
Yeah.
With a few different ways of editing and different software.
just think of it like a relationship. When you first start out dating someone, you're like, oh, he went there. This is a little over the line, right? Sometimes my jokes are a little racy and like this is not for everybody, but over time you guys will get to know the same consistency and like, oh yeah, I've come to expect this. And so long-term game, people, that's what we're here for.
All right.
But yeah, anything else that you want to say about the first episode or our experience with filming the first episode? Other than another thank you, obviously.
Yeah, no, I think we've got quite a lot of feedback from friends and from some of you guys. And I think it was...
It's been fun. It's been so fun.
Yeah, quite a good learning experience.
We have an Instagram channel though. So
Instagram account.
Sorry. Instagram account. Where's my blanket? If you guys could just follow it, and that's where we're gonna post all our updates and everything if we have any. So that's where. And I guess for me, one of the biggest things that why I want to create this account or channel? I keep getting those two mixed up.
Well, which one are you talking about? YouTube is channel.
YouTube is a channel, Instagram is an account. Okay, yeah. So one of the reasons why I wanted to create this Instagram account was because I wanted to separate it between our personal accounts, right? Because like the last thing that I want to do is to send someone a dick pic, right? That if they're like, hey, where's my podcast stuff? That's what I'm here for. And then I'm like, oops, right?
Okay.
But to be fair,
I think Instagram lets you do that.
Well, to be fair, if you really wanted to see it, you could just Google micro penis. It's there. Unless you really want, there's like
Please
a ton of.
Please don't send anyone there.
Yeah, if you really want to, I guess I could set up kind of like a OnlyFans thing, but that's. I know it's kind of a niche market, so I don't think I need to go there. But yeah, just Google it. Like, you're fine. But yeah, we have an Instagram Instagram account. I'll get that one day.
Or profile. You can say profile.
I don't know. But we have one of those, so that's where we're gonna post all our updates, and yeah. Let's give you guys an update on the boomer situation from last week. I know I'm talking a lot. You should probably say something soon, but that's okay. So last week, like I said, we had a whole boomer situation with my family where all the aunts were video conferencing with everybody around the world, right? So we had aunts and uncles from like Australia, San Francisco, and Toronto, right? And for me, we as millennials and Gen Z, if you're watching, if you're part of that generation, have had the experience and frustrations of, assisting the boomer generation with technology, right? We understand how frustrating it is. So once again, these aunts that I was responsible for making sure that they were okay, they're older than my mom and my aunt that I see more frequently. So, and because I already have trouble with them, I can only expect and imagine what these aunts that are older would cause even more trouble, right? And so I called them the night before and I said, hey, I'm going to be there at 6:30 at night, just to make sure that your setup is working. And, even if you don't have anything, I have my own laptop, right? Because once again, I have no clue of their setup. I have no clue how ancient their things are, right? You could have no microphone, no webcam, nothing, right? I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll be there. And you know what she said? Guess what she said? Actually, I think you know this.
Never mind.
We may have said this. Yeah. So she said basically, no, don't come. It's okay. And I was like, oh, yeah. And she's like, yeah, I basically already figured it out with your aunt. We webcammed each other and we're fine. We can hear each other. She can hear me. And yeah, we're good. And
it's not too bad of news.
That's not too bad because it's good because I certainly didn't expect it and good for them, obviously. But when I heard it, I kind of had this reverse empty nest syndrome thing that was going on because something that you expect people to need you for and to feel important for.
You kind of wanted to help.
Yeah, I kind of want to help. I no longer have that, right? And so as I was like, okay, yeah, you don't need me, cool, right? And that's kind of one of the things that I was like, it kind of hit me as, maybe technology isn't something that I can bring to the table in terms of value anymore, right? And so that was a little shocker and a little it was a little unexpected, but I guess the one thing that I can always expect from my family is that I'll be like a disappointment. So, it's fine.
You didn't disappoint them.
Let's be honest. My brother
They disappointed you.
My brother has a master's in psychology, and I'm here making YouTube videos. Okay, so when my mom thinks of my brother versus me, they're like, she's probably like, oh, I don't know. At least we got one right. But no, my mom loves me. My mom loves me.
I'm sure they don't think that. But yeah, I think helping our last generation with technology is part of all our life.
Is this bubble tea really hard to suck or is it just me? Sorry.
Yeah, the bubbles are kind of big.
Bigger?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to just not do it anymore.
Just don't choke.
Yeah.
Then we have to start over. No, so what was I talking about?
Boomer and helping them.
Oh, yeah. So, for me, recently, especially, I have to help my mom with her computer a lot more because I think I mentioned in the first episode she's a teacher, and she's been having to upload materials to the Google Drive or whatever for the students to see. But recently, the other time she was trying to have a video conferencing with her colleagues, and that's when
Shit hit the fan?
Yeah.
Yeah, tell me about it. I have not heard any stories about your mom in terms of helping capacity.
Really?
I don't think so. You've never shared them with me.
Okay, well, so this was just she basically never want to show her face like anywhere, even taking
That's
photos.
not surprising.
Yeah.
From what I know of your mom, that's not surprising. Yeah.
So anyway, so I when she called me over and I went to help her, and she asked me, okay, so is this set up now? Can I have the meeting with them? And I was like, I check everything. Yeah, everything's working. Your audio is working. Your camera is working. It's connected. And then she's like, oh, no camera. And I was like, okay, so just don't turn on the camera. Yeah, and then I like started to walk out the room because I thought, problem solved. And then like she called me again, like angry too, because she's like, why did you leave so soon? I still have questions.
We're fucking done, man. We're done.
No, but apparently not, because she's like, no, but like, what if the camera can still see me? I can't tell if I'm on camera or not. Like, if you don't see yourself on the screen, that means you're not on camera. Where? Which corner? Which one is me? I was like, you're not on camera, Mom. The webcam is literally facing the wall, because I've done this before already. The next step I should do is unplug the whole thing, I think. Yeah, next time I'm just gonna do that. But like the camera was facing the wall and she's still asking me to do something to make sure she doesn't show up on camera. That's how much she didn't want her
Now
colleagues
you
to see
know
her.
that your mom is extra careful. Because
Yes.
even if,
I'm a very private person.
Well, we knew that, but I mean, even if the webcam is facing the wall, that's still not enough assurance.
I guess she
for her.
didn't. She didn't know that because she didn't.
That's your fault then. That's you not explaining.
No,
That's
but
different.
she didn't know where the webcam is. Yeah, and then also afterwards she told me she knew where the webcam is, but she was afraid that her monitor has a camera on it. I was like, Mom, your monitor is like 15 years old, so there's no camera on that thing. Okay, but yeah, that's the recent experience with
Boomers in good times.
helping boomers.
Some will surprise you in a good way, and some will continue to be them.
Boomer.
Yeah, but I don't know. Help your boomer friends out, and
Boomer friends.
boomer friends. They are technically our boomer friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anything else you want to share about that?
I think that was
Think
the
we're okay?
only one that I can remember.
Yeah. Can I tell you what I'm very excited about?
Sure.
So I am personally excited about we as a human race is one step closer to that futuristic thing. You know that futuristic like scene that you see in movies with like the flying cars and like the whatever?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're one step closer because all these anti-lockdown people, I know we switched the subject, but all these anti-lockdown people that you've heard about that one woman who went into the rally even though she tested positive for COVID-19, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like people are still willing to go out, like I want to go to prom or whatever bullshit they want, right? Not to say too much about it, but going back to kind of the first episode and natural selection, if you're dumb enough to eat a Tide Pod or like inject yourself with disinfectant, in this case, if you're dumb enough to continue going out in public into a dense area with lots of people and small space, then I'm just really happy. I just can't wait for natural selection to take its course. Because think about it this way: if you think of intelligence as as a linear thing, which I know it's not, right? I know there's like creative intelligence and like analytical. Like I know there's a bunch of different ones, right? But if we only think about it linearly, all these people that are like anti-lockdown and whatever, they're down here. And these are the same people that kind of pull society back from progressing, right? Like anti-vaxxers and all that stuff. So when they're gone, or some of them anyways, I think, I mean, I know we're probably still very far away, but like I can't wait to have flying cars. Yeah.
So you think dumb people out, flying cars?
I mean, like we're one step closer, don't get me wrong, right?
I see.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, clearly I know, like, obviously I know it's a joke and we're very far away from that, but like, the less of these people are out there, like the more
I see.
we can be.
So the society would be able to move forward.
Well, I mean that's
Easier.
the whole thing of what's the catchphrase of COVID-19, or like being alone together or something, or something like that. Like that was the hashtag for like
Together at home.
yeah, or something like that,
don't
right?
know.
But we're not together because we're separated, right? There's these people that there's a lot of us that we believe in science, we're kind of common sense.
Well, I think it's together like mentally, right? Or like
Sure, but they're not even with us there because we want to
Right.
be inside, and we're like, yes, it's hard for us, but I mean, I fucking missed my 30th birthday. I had to kind of cancel a lot of stuff. But these people are like, oh, I want to go to prom. I'm fucking entitled. So let me, you know what I mean? Like, and I mean, the apple doesn't fall from far from the tree. So I mean, even if the daughter wants to go to prom, I'm sure the mom and dad didn't do that well upbringing, or maybe
how
she's
is there
spoiled.
still prom? Where is this?
I have no idea. I just
It's
saw
insane.
it on Reddit. Yeah, it was just a Reddit post about some stupid people. But
It is sad that some people can't have prom though. But I mean, again,
I mean,
that's
you see a lot of people. You see a lot of plans canceled, right? Like all over Reddit, birthday canceled. You know, like, and I understand that too, right? Because like we had like it happened to us too. It'll probably happen to you. Your birthday's end of May, and I'm sure it
Yeah.
won't be. Yeah.
At first, I was optimistic, but
no, yeah, and
I think
so
it will be a Zoom party.
it'll probably be Zoom party.
Oh,
yeah.
I celebrated a student's birthday today.
Oh,
'Cause
okay.
I always remember her birthday. Well, first of all, she's been my student for like 7 years. Yeah, and today was her 13th birthday.
Wow,
Um,
New York since she was 6.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, so yeah, I double checked with the mom on WhatsApp, like, oh, today's her birthday, right? And she's like, yep. Yeah, so I guess when the Zoom meeting started, I just I put on a birthday party hat, and then
that's
I
cute.
played Happy Birthday for her, and she seemed quite happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, mom said like she was pretty bummed about not being able
Yeah.
to celebrate with friends.
I can tell. Like, I think with like younger people, like kids, it definitely is harder because being social is definitely so much more important to them. Like as you get older, obviously there's work and a lot of things that kind of take away the social aspect of things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, when you're a kid, that's basically, well, not basically, but most of what you have, right? Your friends.
Yeah.
Because no one really likes school, and yeah.
I think a lot of youngsters actually they are, like they are facing this the right way.
Yeah, actually,
Most people that I see.
am surprised. Actually, yeah. I always thought, is it Gen Z now? Gen Z are the youngsters now,
I
or
don't
I always
know what
thought
that
they were
is.
very like. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, good for them.
yeah.
Keep it this way.
But going back to the futuristic city for a moment, because I actually do want to bring it up in like a What if there was one thing that you could look forward to in terms of like a Futurama setting, what would it be? Like, what do you look forward to most?
Well, I don't know Futurama, but
Like that
from-
scene,
yeah,
of, like
yeah.
flying cars and all that stuff.
from that
Yeah.
sci-fi movie kind of setting. Oh, you know what movie I really want to watch? Sorry.
Good segue.
No, well, it's related. Back to the Future.
But I've seen it. I've seen it.
Actually, have never seen it, and I see memes and like references everywhere
Yeah.
about it, but I actually never seen it. I've seen a few.
I think it's an old
scenes.
movie because I don't remember the
It's
movie.
old.
Yeah, like so,
Yeah.
like I know I've seen it, but I don't remember it, and
I'm
so
surprised I didn't see it because I
we'll,
always
we'll
I
watch
used
it
to,
because I'll basically be watching it for the first time anyways. Like I don't.
Yeah, I was surprised it was never in like Blockbuster. It never caught my eye or something because I used to get like Blockbuster.
Blockbuster.
When-
Oh, you got it! Wow.
When I was still in Taiwan with my family. But anyway, Future City. I don't know. I think some things seems like it's possible, and some still seems like it's impossible. For example, teleporting. Right. I think like that's the ultimate future where you can just travel anywhere instantly, without having to spend any time. Maybe there's a charge when you go into the machine or whatever. That's fine, right? But like that would be so crazy, right?
So
you can go anywhere.
this isn't scripted, by the way, but I'm glad you brought up teleportation because I think someone is actually working on this. But someone is developing a space pod that travel that takes you anywhere in the world in half an hour. You fly out of the atmosphere and back down.
Oh.
Anywhere in the world, half an hour. And
That sounds.
and
that's a pretty
it's
good-
obviously it's really expensive, but that's like for me. We could travel to Japan
Mm-hmm.
and eat at my favorite revolving sushi belt restaurant, which is amazing, and I'll take you when we go. It's actually so good.
Mm-hmm.
$40, and I ate like a king. I was like, by the end of the night. And here in Toronto, I eat the same kind of sushi when it's like lesser quality. It's like $50-$60. It's even more expensive, but it's like I don't know. It's what I can get. All right, so I'll make do. But man, Japan is a whole different level.
Everything in Japan.
Yeah, and after that,
According
we
to this
fly half an hour to UK and eat Gordon Ramsay because Gordon Ramsay's restaurant, wow, it's a little bit more expensive, I'll say, but it's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been fortunate enough to try his restaurants, and yeah, I like the thing with Gordon Ramsay is, I think a lot of chefs, their name, like they become too famous for their own good, and then the quality of their food suffers.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had that with him. I've tried so many of his restaurants,
Mm-hmm.
and you know me, I'm a huge foodie, right? So my expectations are like, whoosh, right?
Yeah.
And even with my high expectations, and even higher expectations because I'm trying a famous chef's restaurant, like, you know, but I don't know, he still seems to hit the mark. So yeah.
Satisfy your taste buds.
Then after that, we fly to Taiwan and have night market because Taiwan is known for the night markets.
Wow, finally one thing that's
Wow,
not
yeah, not expensive.
too bougie.
Yeah.
Night
And
market is amazing.
yeah, it is. And then you can tell your family that you're gay.
What? At the night market?
No, just like because we're in Taiwan.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, no.
And then we fly back to Toronto and yeah, you didn't see that because you're busy drinking, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyways, that's what I like, and that's not too far. That flying machine is not too far in the future because I remember reading it somewhere, or like it's already being conceptualized. So it's not like so far away as in flying cars, right? Because that hasn't really been. I mean, I know we think about it, but yeah. So that's one of the things that I am looking forward to. I'm really looking forward to the future. I really hope that I'm still alive by that time.
I mean, of course, not like everything's gonna. It's gonna keep evolving, right? Yeah. So,
Not if these
but
fucking
whatever-
anti-vaxxers are still alive. Damn it!
Whatever we can experience, I think that would be fun.
Just die already so civilization can move forward, for God's sakes. Fuck.
I don't think that's how it works.
For the record, I'm not telling people to go out and harm themselves. These people have already made their minds to go out, so like I'm not a bad person here, okay? Like you've made your mind to eat a Tide Pod, that's your choice. Don't fucking blame me for like saying you're a dumbass. Just FYI. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but there's that. But going back to COVID-19 really quickly though, a little serious of a topic, but I think it has to be addressed just because I think that I know, it's just unacceptable to me that it's happening. But so there are, you know, as we know, there are instances where people of the Asian community are being attacked, right? We've heard of cases in Toronto here, in BC, and also in like obviously in US, right? And the people that are like kind of attacking the Asian community is like, you know, I want to call them white trash because that's what they are, but it's like, you know, I want to fuck my sister, right? Well, that's what these people are, right? Or whatever. And
Not necessarily, but yeah, I can see where.
okay,
you're
well, like a
coming from.
majority of them are, right? Or at least, right? Like, I mean, yeah, I mean,
Yeah, or just like ignorant or like
yeah,
politically like brainwashed people. I
Yeah.
would say.
just I don't know, all the sources. Like, I mean, I try not to be biased, but every time I look at a news source and I'm like, okay, who's the person making the attack? Oh, it's a probably white trash. Like, I mean, obviously, I don't know the trash, but they are Caucasian and the way they dress. I mean, you can make assumptions, right? Obviously, it's not. Yes, you can fault me for making assumptions, but I don't know. You can kind of tell when people are trailer trash or white, whatever, right? Anyways, I want to share a very quick statistic real quick, and also shout out to my cousin for just giving me insight on this. So before I used to think like them, and then I had to talk with my cousin, who
You used to think like white trash people?
Well, I used to blame China on a lot of things. I used to fault China on a lot of things, and I had a conversation with my cousin, and it was a very casual conversation. Like I don't think she even knows the impact that it had on me, but we were just talking, and she brought up some points that I never thought about, and like, oh yeah, you're right. Why didn't I consider them? But anyways, so here's some statistics. 1 in 10 Americans have never left their home state, and 40% of Americans have never left the country, USA. So, when people have never left their home country, this is like the whole Good Will Hunting park scene that I'm talking about, right? Have you ever seen that movie, with Robin Williams?
But I don't remember.
You don't remember? Where's your childhood been? What the fuck? Okay, anyways. So, in this scene, or in this movie, Matt Damon is like a teenager and he's a genius, right? And then, but he's never left Boston. And Robin Williams is like a therapist, and he shits on Matt Damon for being an asshole, even though he's never left Boston, right? Like he's super genius and super smart, but he has never seen the world. He's never traveled, right?
Okay.
So how can he make these assumptions about people and right? And this is exactly what's going on with these white trash trailer people, except spoiler alert, you guys aren't fucking geniuses, okay? Like you guys are just regular people. Like you've never been to China, and you've never seen how beautiful it is. You've never seen the you've never seen like the countryside, the waterfalls. Beijing, I know, and yes, I know Beijing is bad because Winnie the Pooh is bad and the government's bad, right? But Winnie the Pooh, sorry, but that's not all there is to Beijing, right? The Great Wall of China is beautiful, is amazing. Pictures do not do it justice, right?
It's amazing.
I can remember all the not all the foods, but a lot of foods that I ate in Beijing. They were delicious. Even like the meat carts, the carts on like the sidewalks for like 50 cents a bun. Those were amazing. Like there's so many things about China that people don't talk about, and so all these Americans. All they know, or all these people that are making, not necessarily Americans, sorry, but all these people that are making that assumption, these assumptions, they've never been outside the country. All they know is what's being fed to them by the media, right?
Yeah.
Now, if we flip it around just very quickly, if we make these same assumptions about U.S., because we've never been, like, for example, for example, I mean, I have, but for example, I've never been to the U.S. All I know is Trump bad, Trump dumb, whatever the fuck, right? I would talk shit about U.S., and you're going to defend it, because you're going to say, there's so much more to U.S., right? Well, this is the same fucking deal with China, right? You've never been there, so you can't... The thing is, people say it with such conviction, like, China is so bad. Hello, you don't know their history. You don't know what they had to go through to be where they are now. All you know is that the government is bad, which I agree with, but that's not all there is to the country, right? There's so many little cities that are like is amazing. All the people there.
Yeah, the culture.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think that's one thing that is very important for me to bring up. And obviously, you guys as the audience, when you watch this, most of you guys are our friends, obviously, and you guys have similar thinkings. So, but I just want to plant this idea in your head so that when you do, if and when you ever have a conversation with someone along this topic or anything, like it's in the back of your mind that they've never actually been to these places. Or, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of people try to say things without having experience on it just because they read a lot of books or whatever. And somehow it makes them feel entitled to do so.
Yeah, I think they have, like, this idealism, like, in their head that, just they're the best. So, whenever some bad things happen, they automatically blame others, right? Or judge other people.
Yeah.
Right? So I think judging people...
Scapegoating is a big deal.
Yeah, judging people in general is bad already, right? And then especially if you have no complete understanding of what these people are or what this country is about or, how their culture is, right? So it's really unfair when things like that happen. And then, obviously for something like this, when something like this happened, everyone is experiencing difficulty and a tricky time, right? So, like the blaming game, it's also just pointless, and we should be working together and staying home.
Working together.
Yeah, working together, staying home, trying to like get this thing like flattened, right? Yeah, and of course people are also working very hard to get the vaccines. Like American people, a lot of them are also working really hard.
Yeah.
So we're not just
shit-talking
shitting on US. But there are a lot of instances where they have people that just don't know what they're talking about, but they're talking anyway, and the media is blowing it up, right? And so that's the frustrating part.
Yeah, and I just want to also point out for the record that as I talk about people who say things without not knowing, I'm not saying, for example, that you guys have to listen to me or David or anybody, right? But my point that I'm trying to make here is don't be a slave to media and what you hear on the news, right? Like you can have your own opinions, right?
Yeah.
It's like a very easy analogy, for going back to food. If a chef makes a dish, some people can like it, some people can not, right? Just because a news source says an event happened and this is the perspective does not mean you need to take that perspective, right? Like you have a brain, you can critically think. At least I hope you do. If you don't, then
you're a zombie.
Yeah, just go eat a Tide Pod, basically. I mean,
I think go out there and experience. Have these experiences yourself. And what?
I have no savings. I've traveled so much. Like you've seen my bank account. I think I have like no money. Every time I have a glimpse of savings, I travel.
I'm talking to them.
I know.
I'm telling that. But yes,
I know. But I'm just saying, like
we'll save up.
I really like to travel. I don't know. Yeah. Do we have anything more to say about COVID-19? No,
not really.
Probably not. Yeah.
I think everyone's keeping themselves in the loop.
Yeah.
But something like this, as Asians, I think it's important to address, and gotta stick together, and be strong and unite.
I think if I saw an Asian person in the street being harassed, I'm not I'd like to think that I would help, but I don't know if I really would. That's the question. Because I
think it depends on the situation. If it's just like if I can't see anybody else around me, that's probably gonna be hard, because I don't know what that person is about, right? And
he
has a gun or whatever. But if it's just like blunt attack and ridiculous, I think I would say something, excuse me, do you have any problem? I don't know. Is that too nice?
You always say you're gonna defend people, and then
I do. I've done something similar.
You argue on the internet with people. That's the one thing that you do that I would never. I think that's such a huge waste of time.
I know it's a waste of time, but I don't know. It's just from time to time I think they need to hear it from someone.
Well, I don't know. If you think about it this way, it's like you're arguing with those trailer trash people, right? Mm-hmm. Are you gonna convince them over the internet?
No.
Yeah. See, that's why I think you're wasting your time. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah. Just for the record, I don't want you to waste your energy when you're arguing against someone.
No, it's fun.
It's fun. Okay.
Yeah, because I don't really confront people in real life. So it's kind of fun when I get to explore.
So you're
that debate, side of my character.
So are you that same type of person who, when you're playing video games, you talk shit online because you know they're never gonna find you? Those people that they get this bigger, they have a much bigger ego when they're online because I can be whoever I want, and I'll just talk shit to everybody. Are you one of those people? Is this something I should know about you?
Not really. No, when I play video games, no, I usually just get frustrated about myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know I can't really. I don't know what to do.
I can tell.
You can tell.
Our board game nights.
What do you mean?
You literally don't know half the word. Every time we watch, every time we watch a board game video, well, it's like let's say it's a 10-minute length video. After those 10 minutes,
because I usually fall asleep.
Exactly. Wait, what did I watch? Can you repeat it? I'm like, what the fuck were you not watching? Like, hello?
I just want to play. I'll play.
How can you play without not knowing though?
I know a little bit about it.
And also, when we're watching shows,
mm-hmm.
you're like, oh, what happened? Is this gonna happen? And especially because right now we're watching Sherlock, or he's watching it for the first time, and I've already seen it. But as he watches it, he'll make comments like, "Oh, does this happen?" And like, "Does this happen?"
Well,
and
that's
like, just fucking watch it, man. I don't want to ruin it for you though.
Well, you don't have to tell me exactly, but I don't know.
You actually got a lot of today when we were watching. We watched season 3, episode 2 today. You actually got a lot of it. You're like, "Oh, the army man's gonna die." Spoiler alert! Sorry. Spoiler. It's been out for so long. Okay, if you haven't seen it, whatever. Okay?
I think I'm the only one that hasn't seen it.
Army man's gonna die, and it's gonna be the photographer. And I was like, how the fuck did you know that?
Yeah,
you called it in the beginning, and I didn't say anything. I just sat there. I was
looks fishy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. But I did fall asleep for like.
Yeah, I know. I heard
part of it.
I was watching and I heard, and I was like, "Are you being serious?" Yeah.
That part was boring. Like, it was a very sweet episode, but I don't know what.
It was a little dry.
Because he was in his head. Right?
Yeah,
so
for a long time.
I did not know what's going on.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then there are also some shows where we're watching that we've never seen together, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we've never seen the show together. We've never seen the show at all, and he's asking questions, and I'm just thinking to myself, I know just as much as you do, okay? Like, why the fuck are you asking me? It's like, oh, does this happen?
I'm not necessarily asking you. I'm like trying to stir a discussion.
Okay.
But you just say, oh, just watch that.
I didn't. Yeah. See, I don't know that, right? All I know is you're asking these questions, so I think I only know as much as you. Like, are you looking for an answer? Because I don't have one. Now I know.
Now you know.
Now, yeah, I have to bring it up in a podcast. I have to bring up our problems in a podcast for you to know. Yeah, now I know it's discussion. So now next time you ask, I'll be like, oh yeah, let me chime in on my. But I don't know.
Like, what do you think?
But
Is he gonna die?
But I don't know if you know, but like I'm very focused when I'm watching shows because
we're scared.
Whatever, right? But there's not like, okay, so since making this podcast, or even before that, I've always I've liked videography in general because I've when I was younger I made videos of other stuff or whatever, porn videos. That was a joke, but anyway. So when I'm watching a movie or a TV show, I'll not that I'll pay attention to it, but in the back of my mind I'll think of how the director does different scenes and stuff, and I'm like, okay, that's cool, right? And so I mean, I'm trying to absorb more things than I think what the average, because I mean, I don't think the average person thinks about how the director thinks, or how they would have approached it, and things that would have been shot differently or things like that. Yeah, because most people just watch for entertainment, which I understand, and that's what it's there for. But yeah, so I sometimes think about these things, and so when you're asking me questions like, what happens? And I'm like, man, I don't want to talk to you. I'm trying to watch. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll just zip when we watch TV.
Yeah. We'll watch next time. Wait, you've seen Modern Family, right?
Yeah, most of it.
Yeah. So Modern Family is now on Netflix. We just found out today. Today being Friday because we're filming on Friday. And
maybe it was always there and they just bumped it up.
Maybe, yeah, but I've never seen it, so now it's literally my turn to be annoying. Oh, does this happen?
You haven't seen any of it?
I just know that there's a gay couple, the fat guy and the guy who sings well. He's on Broadway, right? Yeah, and then there's a family.
Yeah, there's a family.
Wow! And then there's another family with Sophia, whatever her name is. Yeah,
she's hilarious.
Yeah, I'm sure she is because she's. So I know of it. I think I've seen clips here and there.
It's a fun show.
But I've never actually.
It's a fun show.
Yeah. Yeah. What's your favorite show of all time?
Favorite show of all time? Comedy?
Doesn't have to be. It could be anything.
That's tough. Ugly Betty. I'm just kidding. That was one of my favorites.
I can see it.
In my university years.
Yeah.
It was just so much fun. I was laughing my ass off.
I can see you liking that show because
I don't think it was my favorite. I don't know. Yeah, either that or Prison Break it made a pretty big impact. What?
Prison Break. I don't want to talk shit about it, but like after the first like 2 seasons or whatever, it got so boring. It's like, I'm just running away from the cops now.
Like that's the same thing with every show. I'm talking about like the show, as a whole, right? Like you remember it for the best parts, and that's what I'm talking about. I still finish. Even if a show goes bad, I usually still finish it. This guy doesn't.
I don't.
He has no patience.
We finished.
Patience.
We watched The Flash first season. And I asked all of all our friends, brothers, and. I
mean, there's a reason it's still going. Right?
There's a consensus that after the first season it goes to shit, and I agree with it for now. But he still watches it. I don't know.
I mean, there's definitely a reason it's still going, right? So
you should watch Parks and Rec. That is.
Is that your favorite?
Parks and Rec.
Oh, How I Met Your Mother. If you want to, that was such a good show.
I think that is. I remember How I Met Your Mother when I was in high school, and everybody was talking about it. And then it's such a good show. High school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was around high school, right?
Yeah,
I think so. I'm 90% sure. Yeah.
I found out when I was in university when my RA was watching it.
Yeah, but I remember How I Met Your Mother, and I thought it was just okay. Like, okay, don't get me wrong. This podcast is probably going to be like Parks and Rec, where the first season of Parks and Rec was not so great because they tried to kind of mimic The Office US, and so there was a lot of like recurring themes that they didn't have their own identity. Season 2 onwards, all the way to the end, funniest shit ever, right? Amy Poehler, Nick Offerman, Chris Pratt, like
it does have a great cast.
Yeah, it's so all everyone that I didn't mention obviously, but yeah, it's so fun. But there was one show way long ago that I really liked, but I would want to rewatch it. It's called Third Rock from the Sun with
What the heck is that?
It's the same person. I don't know the actor's name anymore, but it's the same person that played Winston Churchill in the first 2 seasons of The Crown.
I forgot his name.
Yeah,
too.
him. But he is such a good actor. Like
we'll put it somewhere.
Yeah, But
I'm sure everyone knows.
He is. I don't know. When I saw him in The Crown, I instantly knew I was gonna like the show because he is like, I don't know. And him as
a great actor.
Him as Winston Churchill is.
You know who else is a good actor that I just rediscovered when I was rewatching all 3
Batman? Who's in all 3 Batmans?
Michael Caine.
Oh yeah, Michael Caine.
Alfred.
Yeah. Oh,
such a good actor, and his accent is like.
Is that not his original accent?
No, it is.
Yeah,
I think so. But like, that's why it's so good.
It's
like just the most British.
Oh yeah.
I think like Essex. So yeah.
Would you like some? I can't do a British accent. Would you like some tea? Would you like
not if you say it like that.
Toilet paper? No, I don't know. Yeah.
He was such a good actor in that.
You know what surprised me though? You were texting me as you were watching The Dark Knight a couple days ago. You texted me and said, "I can't believe you could watch this movie through and through. There's so many jump scares." What is scary about because I am someone that usually hates scary movies. I cannot do jump scares. Right?
There was jump scares. There were. Dark Knight. It's like one of the darkest movies out there, and it's like low key scary.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay, just like, for example, there was like a dead fake Batman body.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
Hits the window.
Yeah. Okay, that was the only one jump scare.
And a few times when I don't know, the Joker was doing shit.
I guess
okay,
I'm okay.
Of course. I mean, obviously, it wasn't like a horror film, right? But like, it was quite a thriller, right?
But I can't do thrillers regardless, right? There was one movie that I remember seeing that I couldn't finish, and I thought to myself that, oh my god, you're such a fucking pussy like me because I couldn't finish it. Panic Room. So Panic Room with Jodie Foster, which is it's just some random movie. Like I don't even know if it's
like
that popular. I don't know. I don't know if it's that popular. It's okay. It's basically about like Jodie Foster's in a house, and then her room, like her house is a panic room, and some people try to like rob her house or break in, and then she hides in the panic room. Oh. And then I think
sounds like The Purge.
Yeah, I didn't really finish the movie, but I think what the burglars were looking for was actually in the panic room, and so that was the thriller part. But I was watching like, I think 30 minutes, because it starts really fast. I was watching like the first half an hour, and I was like, nope, turn it off. Like this panic room was too scary for me, but somehow Dark Knight is not, which I don't like. I can't understand.
I don't know. Maybe just very good acting and very good plot.
Maybe it's just Heath Ledger. He just
maybe he just grabbed.
He
your
just soothes
attention.
me. He soothed my soul, and I don't need to be all worried.
I don't know how you can find Lock and Key.
Lock and Key is scary.
for
Okay,
example.
we saw the first episode, and
Okay, the first episode was.
that was scary.
I promise you, the rest is not as scary.
That's what people said about Stranger Things too. Because
Stranger Things is not scary.
Do you remember Stranger Things first season, first episode when you see the monster, right?
Yeah,
And then
but it's not real. I don't know. Stranger Things.
I don't know what you mean by that, but
Stranger
that's okay.
Things is definitely not scary. You're scared of the monster showing up? Is that? Or like the way they kind of like show the monster.
See, I'm scared of the. Oh, okay. I know. Okay, now that you're making me think about it, I think I understand. I think I know why I'm scared of these movies.
Mm-hmm.
It's the anticipation that comes with it. Because like in Panic Room, in Lock and Key, and all these ones, there's a significant build up when it comes to. Like when the actual jump scare, when the actual thing happens, right? There's music that gets eerie.
Okay,
or
but
the
then you can
sounds, right?
prepare yourself for it then.
I know, but so that and I know, but let me finish. That length of anticipation is what causes me to like get stressed, right? Right? Dark Knight doesn't have that. Dark Knight is just boom, really fast, right? And so there's no chance for me to be scared.
True.
I transfer because that kind of worry and anxiety of the whole like the waiting for the jump scare to happen. I transfer that to when I'm in my bed alone because someone doesn't want to spend the night here. So I'm alone in my bed. It's dark, and that's that same anticipation that gets me, right? If I close my eyes, if I turn the wrong way, I'm gonna think that someone's behind me or whatever, right? And well, obviously not just imagination, but that's what I'm gonna think. But Dark Knight doesn't have those build up of scary moments, right? Like there's no eerie music, there's no any of that. So I think that's why. Now that you're
so.
yeah.
I don't know. I just don't think some things are that scary, but you do.
Yeah.
So.
I'm
Like,
telling you, it's
such
the
good
build up.
shows.
I'm telling you, like what? Okay, in Lock and Key, when the kid, spoiler alert, because I know this one is actually a little bit newer show.
Pretty new.
When the kid walks into the well, right? The whole he takes literally 5 minutes to walk into the well, like because like okay, you know something bad's gonna happen, right? Like that's what
It's
I
not.
mean.
It didn't even end up that bad. It's just.
But
a
it's
girl.
not. Yeah. Okay. It's not about ending up, right? It's the whole journey of like, oh no, what the fuck's gonna happen? Yeah. But
I don't know. For me, it's just. I think at this point I can like separate reality. I'm not saying like you're mixing up reality with shows, but like I don't get anxious after I watch a show as much. I used to, actually, even when I was reading or watching those Japanese detective. What is that one's called like Conan? I don't know how English.
Japanese detective.
Yeah, Japanese detective comics.
Sure.
Anyway, so that it's kind of like CSI, but like in anime form. But yeah, so those are so good. But sometimes at night I couldn't sleep because I'm thinking about like, oh, what if this happens?
Yeah.
Yeah, or things like that. Yeah, but I don't know. That doesn't. I guess I got a little, more. I don't know. That's just my.
You got mature. I'm not growing up apparently. I'm still a little fucking kid.
I'm trying to say it in a nice way, but I don't know. I'm not as scared of those anymore.
There's no nice way. I'm just a spoiled 12-year-old brat making statements about white trash people.
Well, at least you're not racist.
I'm actually not. I'm actually not. And just very quickly to defend myself, if these people had anything of substance to say, like then I wouldn't be so offended by them, right? But when you have conversation with these people, they're literally, it's like talking to a brick wall, and I can't handle that, right? There's no logic behind what they're saying. It's just, anyways, whatever. Going back to the scary movie thing, if we actually did live together, I would watch scary movies more often with you because, at the end, at the end of the night, I know you're there with me and I can sleep. Because there actually has been some nights, you actually might not know this, but there has been some nights where I might have watched like a scary scene of a show or whatever that I don't tell you about. And then when you're like, oh, I'm going to sleep over tonight, I'm like, okay, thank fucking God. I get to sleep. Because, because usually I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to have to stay up till like 2 a.m. like rolling in bed and I have to wake up early because I have to fucking work and shit. Yeah. But
I guess so. Yeah. I mean, like, of course. If you have, you know, some company, it's always easier, you know, watching it together and then sleeping together
that's where the scary part for me is, right? Like you know me, you know how much I value sleep, right?
Yeah.
Like if I don't get 8 hours, even if I get 7 hours and like 55 minutes, I wake up groggy and I'm like, oh,
the only
fuck.
I can relate to that.
Yeah.
Just in one example that I just remember this so vividly because I don't know what the hell I was thinking, but it was like 2 a.m. already, and then I was just on YouTube. Oh, it's a deep hole.
Rabbit hole?
You can fall into. So somehow I stumbled.
I don't do that, by the way.
I stumbled upon Orphan. You know the horror movie Orphan. Do you know?
No.
Okay, it's about this kid that.
Is it a U.S. made film or is it like Korean? Like what kind of horror is it?
It is not Asian. Yeah.
No.
So this girl basically like end up being a crazy murderer. Spoiler alert. I'm not gonna say what happened at the end, but anyway, so I just end up watching like pretty much every scary scene in that movie because it's on YouTube, and then after that I watched The Shining. Scary scenes from The Shining, and then it was like 3:30. I was like, time to sleep, and that did not work very well.
What is wrong with you?
It was just so intriguing though, like horror movie.
You legit have no self-discipline. Honestly, I've heard so many people talk about the rabbit hole of YouTube-ness and how deep it goes. I have personally never experienced that. Like I watch videos and like, oh shit, 10:30, gotta sleep.
You.
Like I don't know, it's something called discipline and
I discipline.
I
just don't think I don't know.
Good English there, bro. But
I discipline myself. That's not a terrible grammar. Yeah, discipline.
I heard you. I thought you would say I am disciplined, but then I heard I
sponsored by
discipline.
Grammarly.
Yeah.
I actually don't use that. Is it good? I think you use
it's
it, right?
okay, but I don't know. I think there are some differences. Okay, like there are obviously some stylistic differences in terms of writing, like very famously the Oxford comma. You know, right, and the use of semicolons because the way that I'm not gonna talk about the way I was brought up using semicolons, but there are some stylistic differences on how you use kind of punctuation. So when Grammarly says something, sometimes I don't agree with it because
no one uses semicolon.
I do. I use what?
When you're chatting with people?
So if I'm chatting at work, I use because I need to. Well, I remember going back to me sometimes saying things that are a bit too offensive. I'm actually very formal at work. The manager that I'm working with right now. He's like, hey Gunter, yeah, and he's like all lowercase, right? And as casual as he is with me when we're chatting, I capitalize everything. I use proper punctuation. Like nothing is, and I don't know.
I mean, if it's for
I'm just
work,
used to being formal.
I guess it's good to be a little bit more formal, but
yeah.
I guess the only time I would use semicolon is however. It's like one of the only times.
But almost yes, so going back to that, so there are stylistic differences, because Oxford comma is the biggest one, and Grammarly thinks one way and I think differently.
I just see so many commercials about it, so I'm wondering.
It's probably good for people that probably drag on a lot, but that's it. Anything else you want to bring up?
I think
we're okay?
Yeah, that's pretty much all we wanted to talk about, and a few bonus topics. We all actually only planned the COVID-19 stuff, but then the traveling and the shows, we just kind of, I guess that would be kind of a rabbit hole because we just kind of went on and on. They don't want to hear about COVID-19 anymore.
Yeah.
Right?
So that's what I was gonna say. Next weekend is Mother's Day. So it's probably gonna be it's very likely gonna be a lighter topic. I'll try not to rant or talk about why I'm pissed off at something. But yeah, we're gonna talk about probably our moms. We're gonna have some wholesome stories, fun stories, scary stories. Scary stories. My mom beat me, something like that. Anyways, right? But you'll wait. Yeah. Oh, wow, aren't you so precious? Aren't you so
I'm just too
lucky?
Too good
Yeah.
of a child.
You'll get to hear about how mom flushed our heads down the toilet, which is fucking hilarious. Not in retrospect, it's hilarious now.
I think you'll be doing most of the story talking.
I mean, even if it's not our mom specifically, we'll have to, because you teach obviously, and I used to tutor, so I think we have a lot of perspective on what. Not that we have perspective, but
parenting.
We've seen various parenting styles, and so talk about just light fun topic about Mother's Day, and make sure to just tune in once again. Our new Instagram profile account. Where's my blanket? Please, for any updates, you guys can follow that.
Yeah.
And,
stay tuned, and let us know if anything you guys want us to talk about.
Thank you for the feedback and support. Always appreciate it, and we'll appreciate this going forward, obviously. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, and see you next time. Bye.